Hi, I'm Jared.
And I'm David.
And this week on Hood Slappers, we're going to be reviewing the 2024 Kia Niro EV.
Don't forget to hit like and subscribe.
Whether you like it or not, electric vehicles are coming. It's important to learn and understand what you can about EVs and to find out which ones are good, which ones are bad, and which ones are just plain ugly. It's equally as important to know what brands are invested in electric cars, as the electric wave is imminent. And one of the most well-equipped EV frontrunners so far is Kia. Now, this isn't just because of Kia's great design, creating exciting new cars with boyish good looks. But Kia's also invested in an electric future, because here in Canada, by 2026, 20% of vehicles sold in the country must be EVs, and that number is going to change to 100% by 2035. And from everything we can tell, Kia is ahead of the game with a great EV lineup, especially with this, the 2024 Kia Niro EV. And today, we want to find out everything we can about the Niro.
I guess that makes us nirologists.
I guess it does. Doctor?
One of the big myths with electric cars is that anyone who drives one is a clipboard-carrying, tilly hat-wearing, trail mix-eating nerd. And not the good trail mix either, the kind without M&Ms. But what Kia does with the Niro's design kind of makes EVs cool looking. Starting at the front of the Niro, you won't find the typical flat design that many EV vehicles tend to lean towards. Here you'll find all the cool shapes and angles that a car should have. And it looks pretty cool. So even look at the turning signal here has the cool zigzagging design, which is made to represent a person's heartbeat. After all, I should know. I'm a doctor.
Dr. David, to the cafeteria.
Oh, I'll be right there.
Now, Kia's design stays very strong at the side of the vehicle and climaxes here at the rear, at the C-blade wing, where air passes through the car and exits out the rear. Now, it's very hard to show this on camera, so I'm going to demonstrate it with this piece of string and David. Kind of like that. Now, one of the design cues that Kia might have missed on the exterior of the car is having only one rim option on all trim levels. Having a different rim design or a bigger rim would add so much to a higher end trim level.
Kia does offer 3 different trim levels that change things up looks-wise.
Now, the first is called the Wind.
And if you want to pass wind, you can take the next trim level.
Which is what we have here, the Wind Plus.
And if that doesn't blow you away, then you can take the top trim level.
Which is called the Wave.
To be honest though, most of the changes are more noticeable on the inside of a Niro rather than the outside.
The Niro offers standard features like 2 10.25-inch screens, one for the driver and one for infotainment, heated seats, wired CarPlay, and push-button start. Now, one cool little highlight in the Niro is the driver's screen, and it adapts to whatever time of day it is. During daytime hours, it's a nice blue sky, and during the night, it shows the stars in the night.
Like Stephen Colbert?
What?
Like the stars at night? Yep.
All right.
No, but Kia's initiative, though, is all about sunny skies. Because not only are they EV focused, their available leatherette seats are 100% vegan.
Well, that's a lot of vegans.
Oh, yeah. But not only that, the carpets in the car are made from recycled fishnets.
Well, we recommend opting for the rubber floor mats. But this is an electric car, so we need to talk about electric things. Now, we don't want to bore our viewers with EV jargon and a whole host of electrical words. I'm not even sure we know any electrical words.
What?
I said I'm not even sure we know any electrical words. But Consumer Reports says the most common questions with EV cars are cost, charge, drive, and range.
Well, the range is easy. The Niro offers a maximum 407 kilometers.
Now, the Niro is powered by a 64.8 kilowatt battery, and this is going to produce 201 horsepower and 188 pounds of torque. That's not much to email home about, but in the top trim Wave model, you can use the front charge port, and we can offer what's called vehicle-to-load management. And this is just a fancy way to say that your EV can use things like appliances.
Allow me to demonstrate. Smoothie?
Oh, I'd love one. Now, viewers, this is a great opportunity for me to share with you something that I find extremely important when buying an EV vehicle. David and I would both agree that this is probably the most important thing to consider, and that is this.
Smoothie time.
Oh, great. This looks good.
Well, there is still a lot of important stuff to discuss about the 2024 Kia Niro EV.
So why don't we go for a drive and talk about cost, EV penalties, and readiness. Well, David, here we are in the 2024 Kia Niro EV.
All right.
What are your first thoughts?
My first thought is it's much warmer in the car than it was out there.
Yes.
Outside the car, that was and I like the little fireplace setting. It has
Yes.
a little TV
And
monitor
the
and
little
felt
sound
the felt the warmth. It's pretty cool. It's the first time I've ever set foot in a Kia and my second ever EV vehicle ever. So.
What was your first EV you ever sat in?
To be honest, I can't remember what it was called. I was in a panic. I was in Iceland on vacation last year.
Oh, yeah.
And we missed our flight and we had to panic. It was the only last vehicle they had. So I literally just drove it from the airport to the hotel.
And this is your first Kia?
Yes.
Wow, what a day. What a day.
What are you thinking?
I think it's nice. I think Kia, I don't know, they do a nice job with their designs inside and outside. One thing I got one issue.
You got a gripe, do you?
I got a beef with this car. Same thing with my car. It's these cup holders. Now, the idea is good because you got all this space and then you can hit this button and the cup holder comes out.
Oh, pretty cool.
Which is fantastic. But if you go to any coffee shop that gives you a cup with that little sleeve on it,
Yeah.
and when you're done drinking it or during mid-sip you want to put it down, you can't get it in that cup holder. You got to move the cup holder or squeeze the cup, and that drives me nuts. Not a reason not to buy the car, but just something you're going to have to prepare yourself for, because it's very annoying. But my car has the same thing.
Yeah, you've griped before about cup holders as well. Do they have it? I don't know if we can upgrade them in some way. Do they have ones where you have like heated cup holders and
There are
chilled cup holders?
certain cars have
you
heated
can-
cup holders.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. What about chilled cup holders?
Sure, I'm not sure. Probably, if they got heated, you must assume that
Yeah.
eventually you'll have cold, just like heated seats and cooled seats.
I used to have chilled cup holders in my old Grand Am years ago. It was a terrible old car, and somebody spilled water in all the change in my cup, and I was in a hurry, so I didn't get time to clear it out. And it was winter, so it just froze. So for like 3 months, I had a frozen little treasure chest of frozen coins in my cup holder.
Well, it's refreshing.
Yeah. So, cost-wise with this bad boy.
So this guy starts at, they did the full redesign in 2023. So now we have the most updated. This is the 2024. Cost on this starts at $48,500. And again, there's 3 different trim levels. The one we're in is your mid-model, but if you want to get into the sweet spot, get into a front-wheel drive. I want to say that. It's not all-wheel drive. It's not rear-wheel drive like some other EVs. Front-wheel drive EV, $48,500 gets you into something like this.
Yeah.
And you also, we're in Canada, so there's federal rebates as well. And in BC and Quebec, there's also provincial rebates too. So it depends on where you live. There's some extra money to be saved on top of the original price.
Always good to be saving that money.
Well, everyone likes to save money.
Yeah, they do. So how's it drive? How's it feel?
It drives very well. It's comfortable. One little tidbit of consumer advice I would love to give our viewers is, much like any Hyundai, Kia also does like a one-pedal drive, but you can set the sensitivity on your paddle shifters here. So basically, like Tesla says, you have one pedal driving, so if I let go of my accelerator, the car will brake on its own for me, which is fantastic if you like that sort of thing. But if it's a snowy day, if it's an icy day, I would say to any viewer out there who has an electric car, turn off your one pedal driving, because if I'm coming to a turn and I let go of my accelerator, my car brakes all of a sudden for me, I'm on ice, I have no control over that, and my car will swerve for me. So that's just something to consider. Yeah. Turn off your one pedal driving when it's a really snowy and icy day. You should be in control of your brake at that point.
I look like the interior does look slick. It's nice and very futuristic looking. These lights over down here too.
Yeah.
And I know you mentioned it earlier with the vegan seats as well.
Yes.
With the leatherette. But also, I don't know if you knew this, the seat coverings are actually made from eucalyptus leaves.
The seat coloring?
The seat coverings.
Eucalyptus leaves.
The leaves of a eucalyptus.
Well, you are just, that
Yeah.
doctor's coat is doing wonders.
I'm a fully, you know, I know. I don't know if you knew this about, I know more eucalyptus facts
What's
as well.
up? Well,
Did
please.
you know, I don't know if it's true, I read it somewhere, that apparently koala bears, eucalyptus leaves can get you really high if you eat a lot of them.
Okay.
And that's why koala bears
never
evolved to have claws, because they kept falling out of trees from eating too many eucalyptus leaves. So, there you go.
If you are watching this, this is a treat.
Yeah.
This is
Okay,
a
one
treat.
more koala fact for you.
Please.
One more. I know more about koalas than I do cars, unfortunately. No. Apparently, I don't know if you knew that. I thought this was true. They all have chlamydia as well. I don't know if I should say that, but either way.
Koala bears all have chlamydia.
That's what I'm pretty sure that's true. I don't know. I'm a doctor, not a veterinarian. So.
Yeah. Well, today you are.
Yeah, I'm fully qualified.
Hey, there it is.
The real McCoy.
Hey.
Oh.
Now, anyone who buys the Niro EV, you will get with the car a level 1 charger. That just comes with it, whatever. You can also install a level 2 charger in your home. Of course, you can go on the road. There's level 3 chargers, superchargers, level 4. It never ends. But David, being the doctor you are, you probably know number crunching and what have you. Can you kind of tell our viewers what to expect with each level of charger?
Well, I wouldn't be a doctor if I didn't have a chart, Jared.
Yes.
You're fully
And-
aware
and
I
the
have a
clicky
chart
pen.
with all the documentation right here.
I believe it.
Let me
Look at that.
really get my pen clicked efficiently enough. There we go. The level 1 charging, we'll do that in 57 hours. It will take you. The level 2 charger is 6 to 9 hours, depending on the kilowatts.
Yep.
And then level 3 charger would be 43 to 65 minutes, again, depending on the kilowatts.
So if you're new to the EV world and considering anything EV, you know, the one you get with your car, if you don't go out much, then maybe that'll work, but I always recommend getting a level 2 charger for your home. Just, you never know. It's just better to be safe than sorry. And they're like, what, $900 to $1,000, something like that. So they're relatively inexpensive for the ease it'll give to your life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so 2035 in Canada, viewers. I mean, I'm sure the States is not far behind. Some other countries are ahead. But in Canada, by 2026, again, 20% of vehicles sold in Canada must be EV. That number will be 100% by 2035. But what happens to manufacturers if they don't produce these numbers is they will be fined by the government. Dare I say, if the government doesn't change anything or what have you, dare I say, and you can quote me, that some manufacturers could possibly pull out of those provinces or even countries if they're getting fined, because it's not like a $500 fine. It's like $20,000 per unit. So it's a big fine, and it's going to be very detrimental to the budget of any automotive manufacturer. Yeah. So if they do stick to that, because some manufacturers, and I'll say it, Honda is kind of behind the 8 ball on this thing. They had to team up with Chevrolet, GMC, Cadillac to get their first electric car, but they're in trouble if this is the case, and I would hate to see Honda pull out of any province or the country for that matter. So we'll see. Personally, I think that 2035 is going to get pushed. I don't think it's feasible, possible, or I don't know. I think something's going to change on that end, but we'll see. That's, again, a long way from now.
I don't even think we even need to bother with emissions. We'll just keep raising the carbon tax and get us to pay extra money each year, and that solves all the problems.
Is it that easy?
I think that's all you got to do.
Man,
you know.
See, here we are, like idiots. Yeah. If we just pay more money.
Yeah. Every car has to be every single car is going to be $48,000 to buy a car. Who are these people? And all the people wanting to buy cars. Like, not everybody can afford an electric vehicle.
Well, they'll have to make like TVs, flat screens. When they first came out, they were super expensive. And over a few years, now you can get one for like $300.
Yeah.
It'll have to be the same. They'll have to, that wow factor will fade away, and then it's just a regular car again.
Trail mix?
Those are just M&Ms.
Those are the best kind of trail mix.
Yeah, okay. Whoa. You gotta shake them first?
Yeah.
Well, today we did become neurologists, and I hope you learned something new too. And it's nice to know that if the automotive world does completely change by 2035, that Kia is already well versed and knows what they're doing. And it's not just making an electric car, but it's capturing the essence of what makes people fall in love with their vehicle every time they turn it on or take that turn. And Kia is making massive steps with what they have for a better EV future. After all, you can trust me. I am a doctor.
Hey, I'm the doctor.
With that, I give the 2024 Kia Niro EV my hood slap of approval.
Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and we'll see you again next time.
I still have a pounding headache.
You should get that looked at.
Yeah.
Tell you what, I'll schedule in for an appointment. How's next December?
You know, you're not a real doctor, David.
Hey, I'm the one with the clipboard, buddy.
Yeah, all right, all right. A big thanks to our friends at Kitchener Kia for allowing us to use this 2024 Kia Niro EV. If you're in the market for one, go see them at 300 Homer Watson Boulevard in Kitchener, Ontario.